guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Joss and I'm back with another vlog for you guys. And since you're already here, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below. Today I have my wonderful boyfriend and the greatest father to my baby girl.
How you doing?
This is Jay. So today we're gonna do story time.
Okay.
It's gonna be about our pregnancy and going into labor and a little bit of everything. Our first question is, how did we find out we were pregnant? You want to answer or you want me to?
No, I think you should answer this.
All right. So I remember we had just made a year and we went on our first vacation together. We went to the shore. It's not major, but it's major for us. We went to the shore. We went for about a whole week and we had an amazing time. I'm talking about like an amazing time. Amazing time. We came back home and everything was back to normal routine. You know, I got my monthly menstrual and I was just like, all right, cool, whatever. As a woman, and a lady, you feel when you're not feeling normal or like you know when something's going up with your body. And that's exactly how I felt. I was like, you know what? Let's just take a pregnancy test. And we took 5 of them.
8.
Oh, we took 8 of them and they all said positive.
All of them said positive. Every single last one.
We were like in shock. We were like, OMG. The next question is, what do we think we were having before finding out? What did you think we were having?
A boy. I wanted a boy.
And I wanted a girl, and I stuck with a girl all the way to the end.
But I'm happy I had a girl.
Yeah, we love our babies also. Next question is, what were my pregnancy cravings? You want to answer this question? What were my cravings?
We can start off with pancakes and cheese.
Pancakes and cheese was the best.
The only cheese she eats is from the deli. I gotta be sliced thin. Put it on a pancake. Or a waffle.
Or a waffle, yeah, but I prefer pancakes.
It's good.
It was really
well
good.
recommended. It's good.
Yes. Another craving I had was
brownies.
Brownies, and it had to be the brownies with the walnuts on it. Couldn't be the one with the colorful little things on it. It had to be the brownie with the walnuts, and I had to have one. It's weird, but I had to have one when I woke up and when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
It's what the baby wanted.
Always had a box.
So I had to give it her.
That's probably why she loves chocolate.
It's true. That's actually so true. Another craving I had was Spam.
Spam.
I made Spam
light.
so much. Like
Some white rice.
I used to make it with white rice. I used to make it with noodles. Like it was so good, and still to this day so good. But that was just like a major craving, right?
Definitely the pancakes though.
Yeah.
Definitely the pancakes.
I used to come home from school, long days at school, and I used to be like,
pancake time.
I used to be like, babe, please make me a pancake. Like, hello.
I already know.
So the next question is, how did we come up with the name Zoe? So this is a really funny story.
Yes.
We were on the train on our way home from school, and we were just like talking about life and like the future, and this is way before we even like went on our vacation and like
even had a child or even
knew we were pregnant. And
exactly. We were just talking about names we like.
Like if we had a girl in the future, we want her to be named Zoe.
We both like the same name.
And then for a boy we said Jacob, but we're not really feeling that name anymore. But we stuck with Zoe and it stuck with us, and
definitely.
we got pregnant soon after. That is so crazy because we got pregnant soon after, and we found that it was a girl at 5 months, and we automatically knew that her name was gonna be Zoe. The next question is, how was your labor experience?
You can answer this one.
So, let me tell you the story. So,
it was a great experience though.
It was an amazing experience. So, it was January 17th, 2016. They usually say when your mucus plug falls out, that's when you are gonna start having your contractions and stuff. So I went to use the restroom. We just had woken up and I went to use the restroom, and a mucus plug basically looks like something like a glob.
Like a glob.
It's really gross, but like it's what it is. And
it's like a mucus ball.
Yeah, it was like a blob of something. But like they made it seem like it was gonna come out tremendously big, like it was gonna be like a big, like this big or something. But mine was like this big.
Small. We wasn't even sure if it was that.
It was that, but it was. And I ran to the room and I was like, oh my God, babe, look at this, like, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, so soon after, like, my contractions weren't bad. Like, I started to have contractions, but they weren't that bad, right?
But you still thought you was going into
labor. And once my mucus plug fell out, like,
she was like, it's time to
go to the hospital.
She said it's time to.
Where we lived at the time was
a little distance
from the hospital that I wanted to give birth in. And if you're from the Bronx, you know Albert Einstein. That's all the way in Eastchester Road, and we lived in the Grand Concourse. So it was a pretty far distance. So. And
then we didn't have to. It was just crazy.
Yeah,
it was just crazy.
And so yeah, we went to the hospital immediately after my mucus plug fell out because we knew that the distance was far, and we wanted to make sure that we gave birth to the baby at the hospital that we wanted to, and at the hospital period, like not in a car.
But you
like,
started getting pains with them.
They were like little pains though. Yeah. They were little pains. I was over exaggerating maybe because I wanted to go to the hospital, but they were little pains. So they sent me home.
They send you home the first time.
They sent me home the first time. So I went home. I slipped into my pajamas and.
Then the pain started getting worse.
And this guy over here wanted to fall asleep on me while I was trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And
every time she got pain, I had to wake up.
I was shaking him like, wake up! You're gonna go through this pain with me.
So that whole night. So that was at the nighttime. So from the nighttime all the way to the next morning, she had pain all the way until like at least
January
10,
18th,
11.
I was still going through pain.
Still going through pain. We didn't sleep.
We didn't sleep. And I was so drained. Like, it was really bad. Like, I'm gonna put a picture of when I was like ready to go and ready to explode. Like, you can see it in my face. Like, I'm so swollen. My belly was just so big. Yeah. And it was time to like be out. So it was January 18th and I was still having contractions. We stood home the whole day, right? The whole day. Him and his mom were trying to make me walk up and down, but I was so drained out from like all the pain and not being able to sleep the night before that
you was just tired.
Out.
Yeah,
like,
you was just pooped out. So we had you walking up and down the hallway because it was like a long hallway. So on each side of the hallway we had water. So every time she reached one side of the thing, she just one side of the hallway, she drank her water.
It's so true. And then like I was so pooped out.
My mom would just sit right there and she's just waiting until the next contraction and she's just timing them.
Yeah, she was writing them down, and then we would take a nap, and every time I would feel like a contraction coming, I would wake Jay up and
we would go for a little
he would
walk.
help me walk down the hall so that the contraction could go away faster. And it was just like really, really intense. And
the tea.
Huh?
And then
that's what I was gonna get into. So his mom was like, girl, we need to get this process going, right?
A little remedy
for anybody who's pregnant or like,
know somebody who's pregnant and wants that baby to come out and wants that.
Yeah. So she made me a ginger tea. It was the most disgusting tea in the world. Listen, I don't drink tea. I just began to drink coffee. So like tea was not for me. It was so bad, that tea. Yeah. It was strong. It was like so bad.
But she wanted that baby to come out, so she definitely drank.
My contractions started going nuts.
Yeah.
They started going insane. They were like literally back to back.
Then that's when
we forgot to say that we went to the hospital again January 18th.
Okay, yeah, we did.
Like early in the morning, we went and they sent me home because I was a fingertip dilated.
It's true.
They sent me home.
So at the time, we didn't have a car.
Nope.
So we didn't have a cab reserved, you know? So we ran outside. You know, you live on Grand Concourse. You think you could catch a cab. Nobody wanted to stop.
Because they saw that I was
because she saw she was pregnant,
and I was in pain.
You know?
So nobody wanted to stop. Like, nobody. That was so bad.
Nobody.
Except
but then one guy stopped. looked at me, and then kept driving. I was like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
for real? Oh, wow, that's crazy. Then one guy stopped, but he had a cigar in his mouth.
Shouts out to you.
You know? Then I'm like, oh, you smoking? He's like, no, come on. I was all right, perfect. We got in the cab. Things got crazy in there.
This man pulled out a roll of paper towels and was like, it's okay. If your water breaks inside the cab, it's perfectly okay. Right? So
He was a
I
good
took the
cab
paper
driver.
towel and I was like holding it there because I thought my water
Yeah.
was breaking, but it was like little by little. The water was coming out, but it wasn't my water.
At this point, the water bag still hasn't broke.
Yeah, it didn't break yet. So we're in the cab. It's me, him, and his mom. And we're in the cab and my mom's on her way.
We all made it
We
there.
all met. And so they were putting me through the whole process, asking me all these questions. And I was like, listen, I cannot wait. I cannot answer these questions.
Yeah,
Please
they
just
had me
put in the
signing
bed.
paperwork and everything. I'm like, I was just
So
here.
they left him doing all the answering all the questions. And I went to the back and they finally put me in the bed.
In the bed, yeah.
But they put me in the bed that was like where they check to see if you're like ready to go,
ready to
kind of.
go.
You weren't in the delivery room. You were like in a room before the delivery room to like see if you were actually ready to go. So I'm on the bed and I'm like, listen, I know I'm ready to go. I did this one sudden move and my water bag broke.
It was like,
All
over, and then I wasn't there. They had me signing paperwork, and all you hear her is screaming. She's calling me.
I'm screaming. I'm
running.
like, do not take me anywhere until my boyfriend is back. Nobody take me anywhere. I saw him coming and I was like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All the nurses said that I was the most happiest pregnant woman going into labor. So we couldn't leave the hospital until Zoe pooped, and she didn't poop. Like
Only because she did.
She did poop in
She
my
did poop
stomach
inside her
before
stomach.
she came out.
Yeah, when she pooped, we were so
Oh my
happy.
God, we were screaming. We were like, nurses, nurses.
We started making that phone call like it's time to go.
I called my mom. I was like, Mom, we're ready to go.
Yep.
We did all the birth certificate information.
Yeah,
We
all
put
that
like
stuff.
her name, her middle name, for everything. We sent it through because we had to give that in before we left.
Yeah, of course.
So we had to bring up the car seat and everything. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post a picture of Zoe in her car seat. That car seat was it was so big, like she was swimming in it. She was so tiny, and like the outfit she had on was just
It was
so
just big. Yeah, it was big.
because she was so tiny. But it was. We made sure she left the hospital in all white because it was her pure moment, and
Yeah, of course.
we just wanted her to leave in all white. So yeah.
It was really nice. It was a great experience. Would love to do it again.
Hey guys, this is the end of our video. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to hear more story time from us. And don't forget to hit that big red button if you want to see more from us. Thank you guys.